Hello, you might be wondering what this is and what it has to do with weird pride. Is it a fungus because it's white and growing in the ground? Or is it a plant because it's got a stem and what appear to be leaves? In fact, it is a plant. It's called a ghost plant or ghost pipes. We're not familiar with it in the UK or Ireland, but people in America or Canada may know it. I know it because Dinah introduced me to it. Its Latin name is Monotropa uniflora, and she got a kick out of the fact that there was a plant that had the same name as her theory, and that as a plant it was kind of weird, because if you've done basic biology in school, you'll know plants are green and make their food by photosynthesis, whereas this plant clearly isn't. It gets its food from the fungi in the ground, who in turn share their food with the trees nearby. So stuff that is made by the trees gets transferred over to this clever little Monotropa uniflora. So it's either a very clever plant, or if you look at it with different eyes, you can just call it weird. But how about just accepting that it does its own thing and it just is? Just like monotropic thinkers are focused thinkers on one or a few things at a time, instead of casually taking in everything. And we just are. Nothing wrong with being weird. In fact, there's the plant and it's quite beautiful. I have a difficulty with both the terms weird and pride, which is why I'm only doing this video last minute. Weird, because weird is a judgment. It's an adjective, it isn't a thing. Weird only depends on the small-mindedness or the gathering into a troop of the people who use the word. So it's quite a nasty little word, unless people can embrace it for themselves. Pride, as somebody growing up in Catholic Ireland, pride was a deadly sin. However, because we live in a society where there's such unacceptance of difference, perhaps we need to show some weird pride. And the moral of the story is, if you can, then do please embrace your weird, because it's important to let people know that all of us are acceptable in this world and accepted in this world. Some people don't have the chance to do that. In some places, people who have learning needs are not allowed to survive. People who are of different genders are not allowed to survive or are treated horribly. So to me, weird and calling people weird is the opposite of acceptance and the opposite of neurodiversity. And I'm hoping that this conference over these few days will help people to embrace and understand neurodiversity and what they may consider weird a little bit better. And maybe to realize that there is no such thing as normal.